So, hello friends, back in my beloved Brazil and combining, of course, the other pole of my love is Bali and Thailand, and it's all around here. Well, one thing why Brazil is really so resonant with me is because it's so fresh. See, it's a country of 250 million. Here, see, parrots. A country of 250 millions, and it's not on the landscape really until now politically. It doesn't feel obliged like little Australia to put soldiers in every war that the Americans start up. They have not been in any war. I mean, they will if once the culture grows and becomes more powerful. But until now, they have really made themselves very much separate from what's happening in the world. The economic ups and downs you don't feel here. It's it's very healthy. Also, what people care for, and what they care for most is having a pleasure of life, enjoying life. So it's very simple: going to the beach, having some nice time with friends, and that's about it. And the same here. When I go to my seminars, there's not all this super intellectual questioning and wanting to compare with other technologies and wanting to show off with their own knowledge. It's very simple. It's wanting to get to know something, knowing that we are beginners in this field. Because really, here it's obvious we are beginners in this field, but it's a very strong beginning. Like next month, we have this conference in Gramado. I heard something like 2,000 participants. So that's why I like Brazil. And I've not got one negative, poisonous, aggressive email so far from Brazil, which I get almost every day from other countries in the world, particularly now, as you can see, Australia. After the last seminar, this Deborah, her name Deborah, to give me some extra DLE to see the difference on how people can be different compared to my lovely Deborah. And then this Mario, Dr. Mario something. And it's not something special, it's just something that happens almost every other day that I get an email, usually even from people that do not know me, that I never met in person. And so they use very aggressive words, and often, interestingly, like this Mario, he says, I was following you since years, and you really have gone beyond the possibility of being healed mentally. I mean, mentally, I'm basically on his scale. I'm a hopeless case. But he said I still could go to a doctor. Maybe they can do something for my body. I don't know what's wrong with my body, but that's the very naive, childish way they try to hurt. But really, why is the question? Why are those people so mad about me? Of course, there must be a reason, you think, and I think that's my interpretation. I'm, like many people before, going against the main belief, the dogma of our society. And this is actually two. There's one is our belief in science, and then there's the other, our belief in that we are all on the same level. I mean, it's obviously to anyone who looks a little bit in YouTube and the magazines, he can see we are not all on the same level. I mean, there's really very, very simple-minded people. And then there is, of course, all the more evolved people who look down, but who say we cannot look down on them because we are all on the same level. So they know we are different. But we don't allow us to state that there is a difference. So that's the problem that we are as a culture. So that's our dilemma of our times, that we have inherited something from 200 years ago where, of course, we had to make a big step from the dogmatism and despotism of the church and also of the aristocracy, and to make a new step and say we are all we are all born equal. I mean, that's that's part of the American Constitution, and in a way that's correct. But are we all the same? No. But in America, especially, and in those countries that almost imitate America, like Australia, it's a big offense if you give any sign that you consider yourself better or higher or different than other people. Even so, these are the people that say we are all individuals. But you can be an individual, but you cannot be higher than anyone. So in the Australia seminar, as in all seminars, there's a few people who want to really put themselves out, show that they know more, are more inquisitive, are more clever, are more critical. In any seminar, but Australia, there were three, and actually I felt at some point, which I never did before, to ask them to leave the seminar, because why are you here if you're just critically to a point where you are negative and aggressive? And they argued, everybody else was silent. But now what happened afterwards, I get to know that behind my back there's all this circulation of emails that say this is a very, very dogmatic, dictatorial, egoistic Kiran. You should not even think about getting his technology. It's all part of his bullshit. And funny enough, those people who did this behind my back, they did not speak up in the seminar. And the ones that, the three that I really asked to leave, which they did not do, which they did not have to. One bought the system. One later came to me and said, "You are a genius," which I also don't like, but which is another way to go from one extreme to another. And then so all three actually joined the MEDOC. Imagine. And so that's what I like. I like really those who can make some trouble with some limits, but then also can turn around and move the other way. So, but anyway, it's the new age thing about creating enemies and creating something that's dark and sinister, because in their philosophy it's everything is light. So you have in New Age, more than in any other field, enemy pictures. Like there's the FDA, there's the pharma industry, there's the conspiracy, there is the aliens, the UFOs that want to invade us, there's the comets that want to destroy us or will destroy us, there is Armageddon, there's 2012, there's all these negative things of pollution, of of course the rainforest, Amazonas rainforest that's been cut down. You see, this is a wonderful banana here that this banana tree I planted 12 months ago. That's not the one I showed in the other video. That's a new one. It's like a side which came from the one I planted. So this thing I planted 12 months ago, and look at this. And this is not the Amazonas, it's just south of it. You can see it grow. So the last thing you should be really caring or concerned about is the Amazonas being cut down and not growing back, because here things grow in a way you have no idea. Look at this here. This thing is 5 meters tall, it's 12 months old, and So, but we need this enemy, this 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 bad things in our environment, because New Age says there is only light, so we can only unconsciously create all these enemy pictures. But anyway, I'm of course a target of some, not everyone, as you see. There's some who see me very differently, but some, they go to very strong verbiage. For example, often it's the asshole. You know, I would never call somebody an asshole. I mean, I can say I don't care for him, or I think he's really a non-existence for me, somebody who really will not make no difference in the world. But I will not call him an asshole, because really it's very strong. And when I'm using strong language, it's because I'm really caring for something, and I don't care for those people. But why do those people care for me so much, even following my posts for years, and then have constantly this anger about me and still continue to read my posts? And it's because there's a DLE, and I create this DLE willingly and knowingly, and that's my vision and mission. We have to see one thing, that before we can go any step further, we have to see there's differences in evolution, and that we are not all on the same level, that we all have different levels to climb up, and we need teachers, and we need to look for the right advice, not just following the news every day. And this is something, it's not popular, it's just the opposite of our cultural belief. And the cultural belief is really there because it was a reaction to thousands of years of oppression. But now it has become a very good tool to make people unknowingly, to make them just robots of consummation. And because once you are told you are all individuals and you're all on the same level, and deep down you feel, who am I? You have to consume, you have to create symbols, standards of identity, and then you can show you are different. And this this being different is the biggest business today. Look at this. This was the little one I showed you a year ago. Was fitting in my hand, and he's really big now. So it's the biggest business today of giving people a sense of identity with artificial means, with consummation, with cars, with titles. And this is what makes people sick, because deep down they are not the person they want to project to others. And so once this lie really gets deep enough, some disease has to come in to either change them or kill them. So that's why I'm so strong about these for something only philosophical ideas.